Alright, hello and welcome everyone to this Onward VR Master League. I'm your host, Monorchid, and I'm joined today by my co-caster, Theta.
Hey there.
Together we are excited to bring you this Operation 1 versus Blackwatch in the Hiatus Tournament Week 4 matchup. As always, the VR Master League is brought to you by the good folks over at VR Cover, ProTube, Rebuff Reality, Fixed Gaming, Cyber Shoes, Hiatus, as well as you, the viewer. Let's just jump right into the picks and bans from these two teams, Theta. What do we have today?
So first of all, for Operation 1, we have a ban of Bazaar.
Any?
And for Blackwatch, we have a ban of Quarantine.
Interesting picks. Do you have any thoughts on why they picked those?
So here's my thought. I don't know for sure what they're thinking, but this is what I would guess just based on watching lots of games of both of these teams. So Blackwatch is pretty good at Bazaar, and Operation 1 I'm sure picked up on that. And especially if they're coming into the game with Stubbs, who is a quality shield player at this point, they don't want to give him a map where he can take advantage of the shield strengths. And then for Blackwatch, they probably banned Quarantine because Operation 1 has two very high caliber snipers in the form of Burtok and Ranger. Probably want to deny them the opportunity to pick people off in such a wild and crazy map like Quarantine.
Right, yeah, there's definitely some good choices there. I wonder if because Quarantine's banned, we might see like Downfall.
Yeah, that's one thought I had too, is maybe a little bit of a hole in my hypothesis there, I guess, but if they decide to not take Quarantine, then that does open the door to the real long-range map right now, which is Downfall. I think maybe Blackwatch just assumes that they have a good enough setup to counter that for whatever reason.
I definitely could see that. I think Downfall is definitely an easier map to defend on, even against snipers, really just tuck in, so I think that's a good choice. And I would also agree that Bazaar, the shield can be pretty fearsome on it. Blackwatch are pretty good in those CQB style situations as well, so I think those are some good bans. Our first map today actually going to be Suburbia as well. Surprised?
No, and I also know it is your absolute favorite map, so
it's my
I'm
favorite
excited.
map. I mean, actually, it's just I have to think about it every day. Do I like Cargo more or do I like Suburbia more?
Yeah.
But there's been definitely some really interesting situations, and even for these teams, the shield play. I think it was Operation 1, or no, it was actually V3 with when they had Lobster go up on the second story, the mid-house objective, and it was just wild. I've never seen a more exciting mid-house objective. But
Yeah.
you never know. We might see that today with Stubbs rocking that shield.
Well, what's so great about watching these rookie teams is that they are 100% fearless about trying new things. And that means that, whether they succeed or not, it becomes a very entertaining match to watch. So that's something I always look forward to, is just seeing the experiments. And truth be told, we're probably going to see a lot of big metagame changes show up as a result of those experiments. Even if 9 out of 10 times those experiments fail, that one successful experiment means a significant change to the game that other people might not have thought about.
Absolutely. And with this tournament here, there's some prizes online, but there's no MMR. It's a great time to really flex those muscles, those creative muscles, get those new strategies vetted, get your teamwork up, and just be able to adapt to new strategies on your team and against you as well. So I'm really glad that we were able to have this tournament at all instead of just waiting. So definitely thanks to the moderation team for putting this together. It's been nice to play competitively, even with having to try out the new build and stuff. I've been glad that we've been able to play together because it's been a while.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, having the tournament means that competitive Onward can continue, even though, maybe the league itself is a little bit in a frozen state for the moment. But I think it's especially important that we had lots of scrims and now matches for these rookie teams, because for them, they never had the experience of playing in the league prior to the Quest and all that. And if we didn't give them that competitive scene, it would have been very challenging for them to get excited about it. But now that they're playing it, they see how great it is.
Alrighty, let's roll right on in. We're getting started here. Round 1. Let's just see how this plays out. Now we are starting with the tank objective. This one can be dicey. You can cap on both sides of the tank, so you definitely have to have a strong defense.
We got this, boys. Copy.
We got this, boys. Smoke gets thrown out, lane 3. Right on top of the house. That's my kind of grenade right there. Meanwhile, it looks like Skype and Bird Talk going lane 4. 4 deep takes out Stubbs. Nice and quick there.
Stubbs got a little aggressive there, pushed right into lane 2. And now Joski, Ranger, and to some degree 4D are now pushing along on that lane 1-2 area.
Stubbs is running out, not checking his corner. He gets taken out by Eclipse right in the back. Good play by Eclipse, and he runs out, takes out Birtox as well, confirming and ending the lane 4 push for Operation 1.
Yeah, Cash Crazy got downed in front of Spawn House, too. We'll see how they react to this. It's a good idea to not try to go for this res right now. Grenade comes out, but it's a little short.
Oh. DJ Hubs take a Joski, and meanwhile, Eclipse takes out 4D Printing. He is on a roll today, taking out 3 of the enemy attackers. Just really pushed out here. Meanwhile, Ranger raised with Sky Joker right in front of lane 2 by center house, bringing it to a 1 score for Blackwatch.
And CJ Hubs comes in and snipes that kill at the very end there. Very nice. Wow, so that was a pretty quick round.
Yeah, honestly, really crazy. The way that Eclipse, I think you were on the other side, he was just really pushed out there. He had a nice tucked in position in lane 4 in the playground, just hiding behind those Heskos. And then he pushed out after getting that kill, assuming there was going to be a second guy. He took him out on lane 4 as well. And then he was able to win a face-on trade as well. So he took out 3 and really clinched it for his team that round.
Yeah, and kind of surprised me because there was such an aggressive defense. I think in this game, in many cases, that blows up in your face. You do that, but hey, that time it paid off for him. It worked.
I think Suburbia is kind of an interesting map in that having pushed out defense like that can work. If you can catch people as they're trying to clear all these corners, I mean, you don't really think about it. It seems like a really simple map with those simple 4 lanes, really easy to learn. Like remember those lanes, but there's all these angles and corners, and then not to mention like with the hedges, you might not be able to see through them anymore, but you can hear. And if you fire through those, especially with a PKM, you can really do a number on their team.
Yeah.
Let's go into round 2 here. Alrighty.
Let's see. I'm looking for sniper rifles here, and yes, Burtok does have a sniper rifle. Last time,
that.
yeah, last time I casted them during a scrim, he was posted up on lane 4 and just picked people off. But it looks like he's going to go into the spawn house now. Really interesting to see that choice on this map.
Throw these lasers on in here. Marsoc seems to have taken a nice control right in the middle of the map here, just kind of taking it easy. Pushing forward, clearing their angles. Sky Joker pushing up a little bit. I think I see a grenade launcher for Sky Joker here, so we might see some cheeky M203 play. Meanwhile, CJ Hubs has pushed up in lane 2, trying to catch out Burtok in the spawn house in the second story, but Burtok is doing a great job holding himself back from the window, so he's not visible to players looking for him unless he can see them. Well, Burtok takes out Sky Joker. Nice shot through the window there. Really slim shot for him to take. Stubbs not rocking a shield. It looked. Oh no, he is.
Front yard left side.
Yeah, we got a shield. We got some information going out. Grenade comes out just a little too short from Ranger. And a great grenade from 4D printing through the window comes down CJ Hubs. Res is available. But might be a tough res, especially with Josie kind of just sitting there ready to help out. BW Eclipse takes out 4D printing, and Cash Crazy takes out Skype. And there goes Cash Crazy as well from Ranger.
Yeah, I would be surprised here. Oh, Joski flanking on Stubbs right now. Dang, Joski with the, I think that was a triple kill right there at the end. Yeah, 3 kills for Joski on that.
And a congratulatory self-kill there as well. Alrighty, so Operation 1 takes a point, bringing us to a 1-1. Interesting round there. I really liked the defense from Operation 1. They kind of held their angles, and once they started to get more picks, they pushed out.
Yeah, and just really interesting seeing Burtok using his sniper rifle the way he did, because he killed Sky Joker when he was in that back door on Middle House, like really narrow shot, and he did it from the top right if you're looking away from Middle House, and took him out. So Burtok once again showing that he can use the sniper rifle even in close quarter situations like you would find in Suburbia.
Right. Yeah. Pretty interesting here. So
yeah, let's see
pretty
here.
interesting seeing this 1-1 scoreline. I love to see this kind of back and forth from these two teams. They're both very well. They're new teams. I would consider them, you know, veteran new teams, if that makes sense. But
yeah,
they've been playing a lot. They've been playing with each other, really getting that experience and that teamwork. And you can see that in the way that Stubbs was just, while he might not have any kills on the board, he has been giving out valuable information to his team, allowing them to take, well, not take a win on that one, but it really almost tied it up there because he was giving that information on where those shooters were.
Indeed. And we'll see how they set up their defense now on the lane 1 white car objective. But to your point, I mean, these guys have played in so many scrims at this point. They have really developed quite a bit of team cohesion.
Free fire goes out.
And Stubbs pushing
so aggressive.
Middle.
Yeah. Follow him here. He's trying to fight in center house here. Nearly gets taken out by Joski as he tries to rotate here. Getting a nice tactical reload off here. Deciding to play it cool. Keep their attention. Waste their time. Joski tries to do a nice little shoot around the corner move. Not quite low enough to get Stubbs.
Oh! Wow.
Oh, Stubbs is gonna be like, what happened? Oh, that's unfortunate. Really good move from Joski there. Bringing Blackwatch down 1 man, giving them a slight advantage on this attack here. Check out Ranger here in the center. He is almost about to come in contact with CJ Hubs, who's looking the other way. I guess he probably heard 4D printing, but now he turns around. Ranger does not check his corner, and Hubs takes him out.
Yeah, Eclipse and Skype are about to be in view of one another here on lane 4 as well. And Burtok creeping up with a sniper rifle behind the school bus, right on Skype's heels.
With you here, I'm watching here. Skype has that nice little prone position, ready to take off Eclipse's head if he decides to expose himself.
Wow, Joski got Hubs. I did not see where that was.
He actually, 4D printing, got grenaded his position after they lost somebody there. Eclipse takes out Skype,
White car.
and he calls out Burtox's position. Throws out a flash. I think Burtox did get hit as he is hunkering down, taking cover, trying to stay hidden behind the behind the white car here. Multiple lasers coming over him. Eclipse is rotating a bit, trying to get into different positions here, not give Burtok any opportunity. Meanwhile, over here, let's see what Joski and 4D printing are doing. Oh, darn. Just missed that. Nice shot from Burtox. 1 shot down, 1 shot kill. Meanwhile, 4D printing takes out Sky Joker across the way. Res is available. And suddenly it's all up to Cash Crazy to defend this objective all alone with Operation 1 on all sides coming from multiple different angles here.
So 4D is pushing real close to the objective. He is known, I was going to say he's known for his quick caps, but could not get to the objective fast enough. Oh, Joski.
Did not confirm his kill, though. That it should matter. If anyone gets that close, it's probably over anyway. Sky Joker doing a good job talking to his teammate, trying to give him as much info as possible. This is a tough one here for Cash Crazy as Joski pushes up, gets the res off. Cash Crazy takes him out before D was able to get that confirm out there. Nice move to res your teammate there while you had the cover of that concrete block. That move won them the game. Or not the game, but the round. The round.
What was interesting about that is Sky Joker was doing callouts because he was right behind Cash Crazy, and they were both focusing on Burtok. And in fact, Sky Joker said Burtok probably has a sniper rifle, so he was firing down there. Meanwhile, Op1 had the other guy coming over to revive 4D printing, and so he just had a really gnarly situation. It's either you ignore the guy who can take your head off from across the map, or you face off against two people on your opposite side. So very difficult situation to deal with there for Cash.
Yeah, it was a valiant try, though, to try and hold it from all that opposition. Let's roll on in here to round 4. I think we're round 3. No, we're on round 4. All right, let's see how the opposition, or I should say Marsoc here, decides to do this attack. They are running a shield with Stubbs again. Pistol out. With the new changes 1.8, can't run with the shield out. You only kind of do this kind of slow walk. So Stubbs doing that movement like that. That way he could get into position before he pulls out the shield, or he expects to get into contact here. Pushing up with hubs as well. They're getting really close, honestly, without taking any fire from Ranger. Should see maybe a frag or a flash from Stubbs here. It looks like he was kind of prepping that. Meanwhile, we got a nice battle line in general with Sky Joker. Lane 2. Shooting just kind of through the bushes here. I think Skype dropped a smoke maybe? Or they threw one? Cash Crazy pushing up in lane 4. Burtok's in his nice prone little position here, shooting under the red car, ready to catch anybody out in lane 4. But Cash was able to push out and get past him. Single shot Maestro taking out Joski behind one of the barriers in lane 2 and taking out Ranger. Cash is on a roll. Meanwhile, Eclipse takes out Skype. He got kind of one that was pushed out just a tad.
Yeah,
Cash has pushed up, taking red car.
Stubbs almost got 4D printing with that grenade, and 4D throws a flash in return. Stubbs just focused, getting all of the defenders' attention focused on him right now as he approaches the objective.
Oh, we got a team kill. And Burtox finishes it. Oh, that was critical. That said, 4D has to deal with all these defenders, and also with Stubbs pushing up and possibly threatening a cap.
Oh, what a grenade. Nice. That was fantastic. Oh, Stubbs is on objective.
Here we go. We have the capping is happening.
Two cappers going at once.
Two cappers out, and the cap comes out.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't. Oh,
brutal.
Oh, that feels. I feel it. I feel it.
Deep in my bones.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Missed opportunity there. Two people, well, I actually don't know about Stubbs' cap speed. I'm not sure, but I know at the very minimum, Sky Joker is an incredibly fast capper, so they were a moment away from having 2 points there.
Yeah, that was so close. Just needed a little bit more communication there. Or just sometimes, you know that the cap is happening, but you see somebody and you're like, oh, man, and you pull up your gun and you shoot anyway. Yeah, I think that's happened to pretty much everyone.
Indeed. Well, we'll see what happens on this objective, which is now the red car, lane 3 objective. This one's a little spicy because you can cap from multiple angles here, and you can hide behind the car. So especially with Operation 1 now in range for a win with a cap, and 4D printing gained some notoriety so far for his capping speed, I will be curious to see what they do about this.
Yeah, this one can be a tough objective as well. I'm excited to see how these two teams play it, as they've been currently trading rounds, and we are up to a 2-2 again. Looks like we're about to roll into the next round here. Round 5. Been an exciting game. It's not, honestly, it's not too often where you see the scores so tied up for so long as well. And now both teams are at risk of losing to a cap, as the winning team, or the capping team anyway, would gain 2 points, getting the required 4 in order to finish out the map.
Yeah, it looks like once again Blackwatch pushing one defender very aggressively, and Stubbs already has Skype down, but Eclipse hanging out in that little hedge area just opposite of Playground. Let's see if he catches anybody out here.
Skype is going to get res.
Okay,
Stubbs,
so
was not quite able to catch anybody there. What are you firing at? What are you firing at, Joker?
ooh, so Burtok is sneaking up on Eclipse right now, and Eclipse just got down by a beautiful grenade from 4D Printing, who is all the way in the backyard of Middle House. Fantastic throw.
And his position, that's going to be a tough res.
Yeah, very hard. Stubbs is like possibly the closest one, but that'd be a huge rotation, and he would run into Burtok on lane 4, most likely.
I wonder if Stubbs is aware the Eclipse is down, because if he doesn't know, his feet are kind of exposed if they get at the right angle here. But it would involve Burtok crossing the street or coming out in the open bit. Meanwhile, Skype is pushing up. He is going kind of this slow prone / crouch. And he takes out Stubbs. Really nice shot there. He knew where to look, and he took him out. Old zone killer. Flash goes out onto Skype. Cash Crazy deciding to just kind of play it cool. He threw that flash, get them disoriented, hoping they would run out in the open.
So Eclipse is talking to himself quite loudly. 4D and Burtok are surrounding him right now. There is no way they don't know that he's there. But lane 4 is wide open right now. Sky Joker looks like he is rotating a little bit, but still lane 4 way out there.
Skype and Cash Crazy get into a nice little fight here. Get a nice trade, but really bringing it down to the wire for both of these teams. Only 2 members up. Eclipse, let's face it, is out of this round here. The most he can do is just distract the 2 attacking players, hoping somebody is going to hear him on his team. But sadly, nobody's nearby. That said, Sky Joker has pushed around and taken out 4D Printing. So all that bluster actually paid off.
Yeah, it worked amazingly. Sky Joker just escaped with his life, though, because Burtok is on lane 4 and just missed peeking him as he ran away from red car. So 2v1 with Burtok, the remaining Marsoc player. If there's anybody here who could probably pull this off at a distance, it would be him. So I'll be curious to see how this works out.
I'm currently doing the spider crab cam.
Spider crab.
We're gonna see how he decides to do this. Interestingly enough, there's only a minute and about 35 seconds left on the clock, so he's gonna have to make a move pretty quick here. If you can get across the street here, take out Sky Joker without him realizing, he could get it. But that said, Hubs, I believe, did get a shot on Burtox, winged him, and with that, Sky Joker is aware of his position, is rotating around, trying to get the shot off on Burtok here. And it looks like he's gonna pull around and just get a nice side shot on Burtok. Got him, he says.
It's also good to see Sky Joker embracing the LMG. He is seeing the one true path, and it makes me happy.
Right, yeah, I'm really proud of him, honestly, for switching from P90 to the true big bullet hose.
Yes.
I mean, might as well have rifle damage and rifle recoil, or rifle recoil minus, I guess. So for the new players who aren't aware, there is a whole loadout system in Onward. You can modify your guns to an extent. You can add different sights. You can add like a foregrip. You can, in some cases, add like lasers or flashlights, that kind of attachments. In the P90, you just can't put a foregrip, and the foregrip reduces your vertical recoil significantly to the point where you can really get those accurate shots at long range. And the LMGs you can. So when you're using an LMG with a foregrip, and you would know this Theta as a big LMG player, the recoil is actually less than the P90.
It's true. With a foregrip, you can almost use the LMG like a sniper rifle, as long as you can just, hit your shots and whatnot. But yeah, without a foregrip, both of the heavy LMGs are, in my opinion at least, unusable. And the recoil is so severe you can't really hit anything. So foregrip is pretty much a necessity for any weapon that can take it.
Absolutely. I would 100% agree with you there. It just, you got to put that on there. I think the only time is when you absolutely can't, because you have the Mark 18 with a grenade launcher, a special attachment only available to Marsoc specialists using the Mark 18 weapon system. And 4D printing shoots Joski in the back of the head.
That is not a good way to start the round.
It's happened. You just press it like your controller against your leg or something, or your stock, and bam, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Unfortunate.
Yep. Over here on lane 1, Stubbs and Eclipse both pushing up. It looks like Ranger spotted him, though, because he just threw a frag.
How this plays out here. A lot of frags kind of going off the map here on the side. Ranger is just kind of holding up in lane 1, hiding behind those concrete barriers where he is safe. As long as he doesn't stick his head up too much anyway. The Marsoc team isn't going to be aware that there's been a team kill as well. Bertox takes out Cash Crazy, bringing it back to a 4v4 at the very least. I wonder if Blackwatch is going to catch on to Bertox running on that red car very, very often.
I'm not sure, but Stubbs doing the same thing he was doing last time with the shield. Oh, and I think he exposed his legs a little too much there. He was creeping on lane 1.
4D printing doing a good job just firing, getting their attention, not letting them hear anything. In that time, 4D... Oh, res goes off. It looks like maybe there was a trade. I didn't quite catch that. This is going to be tough for Blackwatch. They are now down to 2 members against Operation 1's 4. Their name makes that really awkward to say. But they did anyway. Oh, Bertox taking out Hubs as well. He is just a maestro with that SKS. Really, I mean, even on this kind of map, using those, does he have a 4 times on there? He does. And Ranger takes out Sky Joker to end. Really good play by him. That brings it up to a 1-1 again.
Okay,
Or
and now
3-3, I should say.
Now we are at the garage objective.
A tough final one to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough objective to deal with. It's just so easy to fortify around it.
Were you more excited for this objective or for the Middle House objective?
I'm always more excited about Middle House objective. I love to see how people approach it. There's so many different ways to think about it. Like sometimes there's just the bold rush up the middle. Sometimes people take it slow and flank around the side. And now you've got these wide open windows. You can toss grenades in a bit easier. So I was hoping for that, but yeah, this is going to act as an advantage for Blackwatch, having this as the last objective, in my opinion. Not that Operation 1 can't take it. For sure that they can, but a little bit of a just map-based advantage, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And I would agree with you. I like the center house objective to watch. I'm going to caveat. I like to watch it. I don't like to attack it, or really defend it either. That's a tough one. There's a lot of anticipation in there. A lot of really slow, careful movement, getting into position, not getting taken out as you try and peek those angles. But we don't have to. We don't have that today. This other objective is kind of interesting. Because there's actually, it is fairly cappable as well, being able to cap inside the cap area, inside the garage, outside on the wall or behind it as well. And I believe you can cap upstairs as well. So this one, you really have to have a nice tight defense and not let them get close to the objective. So I think this is my second favorite objective.
Also, can we just take a moment between rounds to recognize that there are some serious mold risks in this garage? I don't think it's safe to breathe the air in this garage. So maybe that's why they put the uplink in there. They just think, man, no one's going to go in that toxic waste hole.
Yeah, definitely some code violations, I think, in general. From the houses and just general design. I'll be sure to contact Downpour Construction Company immediately.
Yeah, they need to get on that. All right. Everyone is spawned in. I am excited about this. A 3-3 on the first map. I think this is going to be a spicy match altogether, but I want to see who gets this.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't believe that it's been trading like this over and over, and usually in the Marsoc rounds, I think, as well.
Well, it's interesting. These guys have scrimmed each other at least a few times, so they have some experience, but I don't remember if this is the first time this would be the first time they've had an official match against each other. So, see how this plays out.
Exciting. This is the last week before the finals as well for the Hiatus tournament as well, so a lot on the line. I believe, I could be wrong, don't quote me here, but I believe Blackwatch could be going to the finals, depending on how well they do in this game here. Pretty typical defense from the Volk team, Blackwatch this game. Three players actually in spawn house, 2 in the center house here, kind of letting them get up on the flanks and hoping to take them out once they come into position here. Ooh, but a laser is hovering over hubs right now. I don't think they're aware of each other yet, but any moment now we might see some shots ring out from Skype right onto hubs in the center house.
Yeah, Burtok throwing his laser on the house too from that far Hesco on lane 4, aka the superior lane. And Eclipse gets Skype right in the middle of the playground area there.
40 is aware of his position though, and he takes him out there. That's something you always got to be worried about, that refrag opportunity. Meanwhile, Cash downs Joski. Nice shot. And there we go. The confirm is on just before 40 printing was able to get him. Subs possibly aware that there's another person in the center house. 40 has, I think, done a pretty good job staying quiet while he moves around in there. So they
Ranger on lane 1 seems to have really gone unnoticed here. Stubbs not looking in his direction from the middle house, but he is real close to the objective now.
And
and 4D takes out
up
Stubbs.
the stairs. Yeah. I'm on Ranger now here. Just watching this, he heard Cash talk. So he at least knows the position of one player. And this is really good too because he has Burtox on the other side. They had 4D printing on the second story of center house. And nice and
Ranger could conceivably cap this without Cash seeing him.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see that, but now the opportunity has kind of gone away here without a confrontation. Nice trade. Cash was able to defend that objective there on Ranger. Sky Joker moving up to defend it. Leisurely crouching over. Aren't you worried about objective, Joker?
To the back of the house.
Burtok creeping his way from lane 4. Man, my palms are sweating right now.
Yeah. He's got his trusty 4 times. Does have that backup site. If you take a look down there right below the site, there is a backup site A lot of the weapons in this game do have those backup sights, so if you're able to swing it on your stock or if you freehand, can use those, and they should, as far as I know, be zeroed. And at CQB ranges, it'll be accurate enough anyway. Minute 30 left. Bertok slowly creeping up. Should be able to catch one of these players unaware, and then it'll be a pretty tough blitz for the objective here.
Oh, he just needs to not make any sound whatsoever.
Oh, Sky Joker saw him. He's like, "Oop, I'm gonna get out of here."
Oh!
And he C4s him. And that's that. Blackwatch takes the map. Map 1. Oh, man. What a spicy finish.
Yeah, that was... Man, we brought some ghost peppers this time. That's how spicy it was. That was unbelievable. Man, I'm surprised I didn't spot the C4 over there, but that was great because it was actually a good move even without C4 because he knew that he just needed to get away from him. He had time. So he just started pushing back, and I thought, oh, okay, he's just kind of making a tactically sound thing here and not trying to risk a trade. But instead, he blew him up. Good play. Really good play.
And he took the time to get far enough away because he wasn't going to get killed too.
Yeah.
I forgot to bring up the scores here. Sorry about that. 40 printing, 6-5. Joski 5-7. Bertox 7-4. This is for Operation 1. 3-1 for Ranger. 6 for Sky 43. 4-4 for Sky Joker. 4-3 for CJ Hubs. 7-6 for BW Eclipse. 9-7 for Cash Crazy. And yeah, it's been a volatile game. Let's just say that. Back and forth from both of these teams, really putting it to each other, really challenging each other, and giving us that really enjoyable gameplay to watch, honestly, is watching those games when it's just so close and anybody could win at any time. Obviously makes for some great TV. Looks like we are going into map 2. Any guesses on what it is?
It's cargo.
That's not a guess. Alrighty, cargo round 2. This will be Blackwatch pick. I'm not surprised, honestly. What about you?
So yeah, I mean, Blackwatch picking this. I think again, they want to, because they're playing with stubs. I think they want to amplify the advantage of the shield, and shields do very well on these close quarters maps. And I am a little surprised, though, because 4D has shown himself to be pretty adept at rushing up the middle and causing serious damage. So it'll be a nice trade-off here. I mean, if Stubbs can really get going with the shield and he runs into 4D, it'll be some sparks flying for sure. And I'm also curious to see if Bertok is going to bring his sniper rifle on this. I don't think I've ever seen him use the sniper rifle on cargo, but you know what? It's 2020. I'm ready to be surprised. Let's do it.
I'm kind of hoping for it now. I'm just so curious how it'll work out. We're actually seeing a player sub out, it looks like. I did see Razor Reflex for a second there on Operation 1, but nope, Bertox is going to be playing, it looks like. He's like, no, my sniper rifle's working and I'm going to use it.
I want to see him bring a bolt action, no less. Now, that would be some entertainment.
Absolutely. Looks like we're going to be running the same team for Blackwatch. Bertox looks like he's going to at least be playing it for a few rounds here, as he has come back into the lobby here. Hopefully we get started soon, and but in a blink of an eye, the round will be over anyway, as these rounds on cargo tend to be the stuff of legends, bullets flying everywhere, people dying left and right in the first 20 seconds of the match.
Yes, I'm looking forward to this, and especially for this objective, which is the north objective in front of the container, not behind it. There's just so many opportunities for rushes here. Lots of veteran teams love this objective because you can just smoke it into oblivion, rush up the middle, and cap before anybody can stop you. Be real curious to see if Operation 1 pushes for something like that, because as I said before, 4D Printing, known for his fast capping and his aggressive style. We will see what happens.
We will see what happens, that is for sure here. In Operation 1, while they have those really strong long-range players and playstyles, I think they're pretty tough up close as well, as we kind of saw in Suburbia. Kind of a nice mix between a short and a medium range map there. Was really able to trade blow for blow on Blackwatch there last round.
Yeah.
Or last map. And here we go, right into map 2, round 1. Let's do this. A little bit of talking right here at the beginning, solidifying our plans here. And let's see how it goes. Let loose the dogs of war. Skype already running up the tunnel on the side really aggressively. Free fire coming out from Eclipse. He's sitting prone, ready to just hide from that fire if they decide to shoot back there. Making sure nobody comes to that smoke, but it's too late, as Burtox and Ranger have made it across there and are pushing up on that side over there. Meanwhile, Skype is coming up here. Hubs is kind of watching that angle there. And if Skype comes around the corner here, he will have to worry about that. Burtox takes out Cash Crazy, who was pushed up on the objective, trying to stop them from shooting, like getting onto that cap that we were talking about previously.
Yeah, it looks like Hubs might be clipping a bit here on me.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Interesting. Skype's got this nice little prone position, one I definitely like. Joski takes out Hubs. Kind of wonder if it just looks different for the quest. That's what I'm thinking.
Could be.
So there is a different version for quests in PC. We are watching on the PC version for the casting, so it can be just a tad different. Sorry about that, folks. 4D Printing takes out BW Eclipse there. Who...
Oof. That was a great
Wisconsin
flashbang. Landed right in front of Sky Joker.
And Razor is also taken out by the, or gets his own flash. 4D Printing runs onto objective.
Oh no,
Tablet
Sky
is
Joker
out.
not
If
looking.
Tablet doesn't pull out or Razor doesn't check the objective, we will see a cap here. And, okay, Sky Joker downs Ranger, and there goes the cap. 4D Printing able to pull it off, getting that cap, giving Operation 1 those 2 points. 2 points there. Crazy.
Man, what timing there. Right as Sky Joker was looking to check his flank, I think he just realized that Eclipse had gone down since he was in that prone position under the pipes. And he went and rotated back, and as he did that, 40 pushed up onto the objective, and Sky Joker did not adjust fast enough. What a ballsy cap, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, so yeah, there was actually 2 flashes, one on the Razor as well. So both of the defenders were completely, like, they couldn't see anything as their screen was completely whited out by the flash, and also their hearing was taken out as well. They only heard like a ringing noise, so it gave 4D Printing that kind of temporary concealment to push up onto objective, mask his audio, and get that really, really ballsy cap off. Good work.
Yeah, that was a quality cap right there. And like you said, coordinating it with the flashbangs, that was high caliber right there. Good play, guys.
Dare I say, planned?
Yeah.
Let's roll right into round 2 here. Operation 1, 2 points up. Blackwatch on the back foot here. Gonna have to take a couple Marsoc rounds or a cap.
Wow.
40 takes out Sky Joker as he was approaching. Skype's in a dangerous position here as Razor Reflex comes around. He has to get up from prone just in time to trade. Good reflexes from Skype. 40 Printing doing the right thing, confirming the kill, as he would always do on mine.
4D and Hubs about to meet up here, right in the middle. If Hubs
I'm watching it right now.
shoots
Let's see
that
how it goes.
corner, he will get him in the back. Both of them are just kind of hanging out for a moment.
What do you do if you're 4D Printing? You're being totally surrounded.
Yeah,
It's
not
only
an easy...
Joski's fire that's keeping him protected right now. Meanwhile, BW Eclipse pushing up right behind, takes out Ranger in a trade. Res is available, but 4D Printing has to worry about other players coming around the side and getting that cap. Especially with Joski getting caught out in that rotation from Cash Crazy, who just played it cool, waited for that rotation, And ooh. On fire from 4D printing, he tries to chase, takes out Hubs as he saw us waiting on the corner for him. He is now just taking stock, taking it easy, and trades with Cash Crazy to finish out that round for Operation 1. Nice play. What a spicy, what a spicy blitz. There's been a lot of fire, a lot of kills, and a cap already, and we're like less than 10 minutes into the map.
I have to say, I feel like I'm drowning in spice right now. I'm like trying to come up for air, but I just keep getting overwhelmed by the spice.
Absolutely. What were your thoughts on that round?
I mean, 4D printing was just a menace on that one. He was just hanging out in the middle, picking people off, and then he got that final trade. It's just, cargo to me is a lot like chess in that you have to control the middle. You control the middle, you basically control the map. And they took the decision to push 4D right up to the middle and control it early. And there's a risk there because if he goes down early, then you lose control of that vital point. But he did a very good job of holding that down, even while he was being surrounded. I mean, the odds were not on his side at the end of that round, and yet they still pulled it off. So I would just say, in general, Operation 1 did a very good job defending that. Blackwatch had a couple of unfortunate moments, could have turned that around, just didn't go their way, especially that trade at the end. So.
Yeah, whenever you face a player head on, it's really hard to not, get a trade. The time to kill in this game is very low. It only takes like 2 rifle bullets to the chest to down somebody. So that's definitely something you got to think about. You want to try and take people on from the side or where they're unaware if possible. But the less players there are, and they know your position, it can be really difficult to do that.
Yep.
Rolling to round 3 here.
And now we've got the pipes objective.
Pipes. Smoke goes out right in front of Hubs.
And Razor Reflex and Eclipse both made it onto the objective side, which is always the hardest part about defending this, in my opinion. Eclipse pushing all the way up the middle. Oh,
and
but
Bertos is ready. See, this is the kind of like donkey space, as you like to call it, where they know that Eclipse likes to push up there, so they prepared for it.
Yeah.
Hubs, meanwhile, takes out Bertox, bringing it up to a 4-4 here. Confirms this kill. Good job from him. Meanwhile, the Marsoc players have got a nice battle line going down the center here. 4D printing is pushing across. No one's there to stop that rotation, but Hubs is about to challenge him. 4D printing quick on the trigger, taking him out. Joski and 4D printing pushing up. Sky Joker should catch him here, and he does. Joski is aware of his position, and now he's just kind of stuck in the middle there. Not sure where the enemy players are.
Yeah, Sky Joker looks like he's about to have an angle, and he does. Does not finish his kill, though. Oh, there he goes. Okay.
And everybody is just dropping like flies. Really aggressive grenade or magazine throw from Cash. I feel you there. So easy to grab that on accident when you're trying to quickly reload because you're in the thick of it, and you just took out 2 enemy players. Now
yeah,
it's
reloading is a foreign concept to those of us in the LMG Mafia.
And Cash Crazy takes out Ranger. Nice position from Cash Crazy. Held his position, held his line, didn't let anybody get to that objective.
Ah, man. Okay, so Operation 1 looked like they were just running away with this map, and then Blackwatch comes back with that dominant defense. We'll see. Like, I actually watched a cap. Sky Joker pulled off the craziest cap I think I've seen on this objective. 4 defenders were up, and he approached right on the, I don't know what to call it, like the yellow stripe building, right under cover, I believe, of smoke, and capped under the noses of 4 people. And if they get a cap here, we will tie up the map. So just for the sake of entertainment, I know, both these teams want to just get a quick, conclusive win, as every competitor does. But from the spectator's perspective, I would love to see this map go to 3-3, just like the last one.
Woo! Okay, you say that, but like when you get to that 3-3 situation, and you're really able to tie it up and then push it over, it feels pretty good too. And, you know, you were against the opposition, and they really pushed you and made you work for it.
Yeah, it's true. As a competitor, it is exciting when that situation shows up, no doubt.
But I'll take the easy wins too.
Yeah, nothing wrong with an easy win occasionally.
Yeah. Let's see. Both teams are really taking their time to figure out their strategies. But that said, here we go. Right into the next round here, round 4. Crazy. Could go either way. Operation 1 needs only one more point to close this map and bring it up to 1-1. And Blackwatch with a cap, bring it to 3-3, or at the very least take a Marsoc round, which is arguably almost always harder than a defensive round.
Ooh, okay, so they are smoking this Pipes approach, and Sky Joker looks like he's taking a similar line to what I was just talking about. Let's see if anybody has an angle here.
Cash Crazy is taken out by Ranger. Where was he? No? Oh, I see him. He's by Sky Joker.
Yeah.
Over here on the side. Grenade goes out, trying to get Ranger, but just a little too far. Just a little too far. 4D printing takes out Eclipse. This is tough. 2 Blackwatch down. Defense is holding strong, checking all their angles, keeping their lines covered. Hub's trying to get a sneaky pick, and he does, but 4D printing at the same time taken out by 4D printing. That was a sneaky shot from Hubs.
Yeah.
I do say.
4D
getting a 4D getting a little ballsy there, pushing himself out there, but he goes right back into position. Razor Reflex making the call to go through the tunnel, going slow and low. If he goes slow enough, Skype shouldn't hear his approach. And that said, I think he's moving a tad too quick, and Skype should be aware. You can kind of see that from Skype's demeanor here as he kind of pushes around watching for the tunnel here. Opting to try and get this kill. And sneakily.
Yeah, Hub's just kind of hanging out in the middle here. Burtok and 4D. Burtok has a line right on his position. Oh, but he rotates. So if CJ Hubs were to move now, not that he knows this or has a way of knowing, but he would be somewhat safe.
Skype decides to pull around and look at a different angle, giving Razor the opportunity to move into this back building, and he might get a sneak shot onto Skype from his rear.
Oh, and Burtok is also on the center, or in the center of the map, I should say. Kind of trying to find his way. It looks like it'll be a minute before he reaches CJ.
And here we go. Skype here's the movement from Razor Reflex, jumps around the corner and takes him out. And Hubs gets taken out as well, trying to transition from the center. Operation 1 takes the round and map, tying up the series to 1-1. And
interesting. So that was Blackwatch's pick too. Surprised that happened.
Trading Marsoc rounds, trading maps.
And
all right, chat. What map do you think we'll be playing for our final map for tonight? Any thoughts? Any thoughts? You want to go ahead and announce it?
All right, we're going to Downfall.
Told you so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am not surprised by this pick at all, especially since Burtok is playing.
I think they just really like, hey man, you were sniping people on Suburbia. I'm sure you'll do it again, right?
You're kind of crazy, man, but I like it. So we're gonna put you somewhere where you can kill lots of people.
Kill them. Kill them dead. Dead.
Dead. And we are getting the helicopter bungalow objective first. So let's see. Operation 1 is going to be on Marsoc first round. Let's see what they do here. I wonder if they're going to opt for kind of an aggressive sniping strategy, or they're going to use Bertok and their longer range players, more support capacity. Will be interesting.
Absolutely. I say that a lot, don't I?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, I do.
It's fun.
Honestly, I'm excited to see this downfall. It's a tough pick, no matter what team you're on or your strengths of your team. In my opinion, there's so little time. There's so many angles to check, and so many of these deep angle corners, like kind of corners in the windows. The defenders can really just tuck up in, and your sniper can be neutralized. So I think it's really going to be up to how well Blackwatch hides from the enemy players and keeps their angle. Do not peek. That said, I think Blackwatch has done quite a bit of research on the Operation 1. They are well aware, like you said, of their strong snipers. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this, and I could see either of these teams taking this map. So this is going to be an exciting one. And you don't even have to wait very long. It's only 5 minutes per round.
Yeah, I mean, for spectators, that's great. For everybody that's playing the map, it's like, oh, this is a little insane, but that's fine.
I feel like you get into position, and then you look down at the clock, and there's like 2 minutes left, and you're like, oh my gosh, I still have to cross half the map.
Yeah, I feel like it's a situation where, like, you know, I'm back in high school, and the PE teacher wants me to run a mile, but before I run the mile, he's going to kneecap me. It's like...
Wait, excuse me? Is that what happened in your high school? Hard
like,
knock life.
I mean, you could do it if somebody kneecapped you, but it's going to be hard. You're going to be a little slower. That's how I feel about the clock adjustment on Downfall in particular. It would be interesting if we had the option to extend the time, at least on the larger maps. Like, I don't think it makes much of a difference on Cargo, for example, but...
Cargo, 5 minutes is like 15 minutes.
Yeah, Cargo, you might as well just make the rounds like 1 or 2 minutes, and it'd probably feel more appropriate. But for Downfall, 5 minutes when you've got this much ground to cover is challenging, to put it lightly.
Fun fact, in a comp lobby, as all these matches are played in comp lobbies, if you kill the entire enemy team within the first 10 seconds, it will consider it a map reset. And I don't think that's ever happened, but I'm really curious what would happen. Like, would that count? Would it not count? Because the game doesn't count it. But
So
technically, you did kill them all.
I would love to see that in a map where a team just decides, like, we're all going to rush and get killed within that limit, and then have the score get reset. That would crack me up if I ever saw that. That's happened to me many. Yeah, it's happened to me many times when I'm just like starting a lobby or something, and 1 or 2 people shows up, and then I get shot in the first 5 seconds. They don't get that sweet kill credit. But to see a whole team trigger that reset would be absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know if we've ever seen it. If it ever has happened and anyone's aware, go ahead and jam that in there into the chat there. I mean, I would love to just, especially if it was casted, I'd love to watch it and just see even what the casters' comments were. Like, oh, and the round is over. We are 8 seconds in. Interesting. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, just as a caster, I would just be a little tongue-tied about that situation. Try to keep it professional, and like, oh, well, actually, that round didn't count. Never mind.
Alrighty, rolling into round 1 on Downfall.
Yeah, so we have the southwest spawn here. And Bertok and Ranger, the 2 long-range players, getting some elevation now, not surprising.
Ranger taking the second story even of the Marsoc building there. Cash, is that Cash? Can't even tell at this range. It's the Enhance. Nope, Bertok, also not surprised. Taking a gander, trying to catch any defending player as they're rotating into their positions. But Blackwatch has opted to really just get into their position and hold. We have one in the center hotel. That's Hubs. It looks like he's on the bottom floor. Razor Reflex behind the wall here, right behind Objective, ready to really rotate onto or take anybody that goes onto West Road.
Yeah. And
Here,
Sky Joker was just quarterbacking his team there very well. He was telling them accurately, as it turns out, that he is expecting snipers and Marsoc and do not peek. He said they will hang out there and at the very least collect intel about you, so don't show yourself, which is quality advice, especially when you're dealing with snipers.
Yeah, like I said, I think they did their homework here, and they're ready for this play. Sky Joker and Stubbs in the helicopter 2-story building, or in and around it, I should say. Sky Joker being on the bottom floor, just waiting for them to come around the corner, rotate onto West Road. And Stubbs kind of in this interesting position, sitting on the outside, just looking out towards the center, like the dumpster buildings and front of the center hotel. So really interesting positions here. Nobody's really peeking. They're all holding their angle. And I think the only one these snipers are going to be able to possibly get is Stubbs if they go onto the South Ridge by the White House. But at the same time, Stubbs should be able to see them as well.
Yeah, they have burned a lot of time and not much movement has happened on the Marsoc side. Ranger did just push up to upper dumpster, which is an improvement here. But they are taking it a little slowly, in my opinion. They still have a lot of ground to cover and no defenders spotted or down so far.
It's tough, though. It's tough to opt to do that when you've got no picks, and in fact, no rounds have been even exchanged so far on the map. It's crazy what you have to deal with, and while it seems like nothing's happening, these players their minds are racing. Yep. And then speaking of racing, 4D Printing rushes out from one of the center bungalows here and moves on to these kind of like this little, I don't even know what to call it. These center sandbags with these very comfortable barbed wire that you can just run on top of. Combat boots.
Well, it's interesting because the player model has his forearms exposed too, and right now the forearms are just getting shredded by that.
I'm a man. Razor Reflex takes out Ranger. Let's see, where were you? Jump on him really quick. Oh yeah, he had that kind of back position. He caught him rotating onto West Road. Cash Crazy as well. I think I missed calling him out. Has this West Church on lockdown, sitting inside of it, which is don't see that too often. But they've really decided we're not going to peek. We're just going to cover the objectives on our angles. Stubbs takes out Burtox as he was pushing up there. 40
He's about to get 40 printing. Oh, Stubbs.
4D Printing looking. Stubbs takes out 4D Printing, but at the same time, Sky Joker got Skype as well. Joski is moving up slowly onto Sky Joker, trying to catch him out here. Last player up. Flash goes out. And let's just jump onto Joski. Decides to check second story. And he is getting surrounded. He doesn't see Stubbs. Comes around the corner, takes out Stubbs. And now it's just up to Stubbs and Joski. Joski takes him out. Really good reflexes there. Cash Crazy taking pot shots. And now Joski is just kind of stuck. He has nowhere to go. There's only one exit. And he has to either take him out or use some kind of utility to get out here. Firing so many bullets. He's going through all his ammo.
He's got 10 seconds.
No time left. He needs to get out there and kill everyone.
Yeah.
And Razor Reflex takes him out of the back, adding one nice kill to his sticker right there, giving Blackwatch 1 point.
That was solid defense. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the game on Downfall is, how impatient is Marsoc going to be? And, if they decide to be too patient, then they have to rush at the end, or if they're impatient early on, they have to rush early. And, if you're positioning your defense well, it's very hard to deal with. And they were all tucked in, hard to see, especially like Cash Crazy in that West Church situation. Like, you're not going to see him until it's too late in most cases.
Quick movement into round 2 here. No time wasted. Let's go. Yeah. Just jump over here to Marsoc and see how they decide to go. What are they gonna do?
Well, Stubbs has a shield, and he is rushing north. Looks like he's got one
Northern style?
rifleman escorting him here, but everybody else went south. So I suspect Stubbs will probably play the role of intel/distraction here.
That's honestly, people don't think about shields on downfall, but they do. They're really powerful. If anyone's seen the man play, they know how strong a shield can be on this map.
Yeah, he will just sit there and throw information at his teammates and absorb attention in rounds, and everybody else will encircle the objective. Highly recommend anybody watches some of the G-Men's footage from Season 10, Season 9, whatever, when G-Men were using the shield that way.
So for the defense here, we got 40 printing in the helicopter. Really blends in, really tough new spot. Kind of been on and off in Onward's history. It's been accessible, then it wasn't because it was on fire. And then all the fires were put out by the Downpour Interactive Firemen Department. And then it was available. Gosh, crazy. Takes out Burtok in the dumpster building. He just got a little peeky there looking out the doorway. Got taken out by Cash, who was waiting for that kind of move. Giving Sky Joker the opportunity to move forward, get up on the upper dumpster building, and push across without much worry, except for Ranger, who has this lower brothel building. South brothel, I should say. Just kind of has to worry about Cash Crazy taking his head off. Let's jump over to Cash Crazy. We have a scope. No scope. No scope. He's just taking these people out with a holo from all the way across the map. No problemo. Meanwhile, Stubbs has actually pushed all the way up to the crater building. And now he's going to be putting pressure on the enemy team from their side of the map. This kind of distraction can really work in their favor, and I'm excited to see how this plays out.
So 2.5 minutes here.
2.5 minutes with one pick, though.
Yeah, with one pick, the problem is that still, and again, just as you were mentioning before, like we've got the God's Eye view here, and we've got all the informational benefits. They don't, so it's easy to criticize. But 2 minutes and half your team is still in the south. It's still doable, but you're pushing your luck. Although Stubbs is pushing up here on the west road from the north side. Oh, wow. One shot, and Ranger takes Stubbs out.
Oh, man. Oh, the lasers are so hard to see, but dang, he saw him.
Yeah, that was a nice shot.
Cash Crazy takes out Ranger. One shot as well. Nice refrag, and a smoke goes out. Probably not aware they actually got him. It's just so dark. But good shot, nonetheless. And that smoke should keep him blinded if he were to be alive. So we should be able to see some movement from the Marsoc team. Giving them some opportunity to push up. Meanwhile, over on Razor Reflex, deciding to make that move from these broken walls, but taken out unceremoniously by 40 Printing, who also takes out Cash Crazy, trying to get in a position to get that refrag. This helicopter spot really showing its strengths here. He might not be able to get out, but he can take out a bunch of people before they take him out.
Yeah, that helicopter is just a real pain to deal with because, as you said, defenders just blend in so well.
And they got to deal with him before they push up. He's going to take anybody out if they push across. Only approach they really have available to them is West Road, and once they get to the actual objective, it's going to be tough. That said, he peeks out, giving Sky Joker the opportunity to take him out.
Yeah, Joski and Skype really just need to clamp down on objective and stay out of sight, and they should be okay here.
Right, goes out. Sky Joker hadn't quite come around the corner, but a second later would have got him. DJ Hubs moving up to the helicopter. They have 15 seconds left. Sky Joker's taken out by Skype. And now Hubs just needs to run in there and get 2 kills. And he will get the points.
8 seconds. I don't think this is going to happen, but who knows?
Oh, Stoski was ready there, but they were watching different angles. Great defense from Operation 1. Really deciding to hold their angles, make sure they're not watching the same direction, even with like 10 seconds or whatever left on the clock. And enemy players, you know they're going to be rushing you as well. So I really like to see that teamwork from the players there at the end there. Unfortunate for Hubs though. But yeah, that was a spicy end for sure.
Came down to the wire there. This is a pretty standard ending on downfall rounds where less than 30 seconds, 1 or 2 people left on either side. And then somebody just has to push in and see what happens. So it's kind of a coin flip at the end there.
Right. Ah, man, it's tough. And Operation 1 will have to put a point on the board for Marsoc if they're going to win this map. So this is going to be tough. We're going to have to see some more aggression from these teams in order to take a Marsoc round.
Ooh, okay, so we have the helicopter 2-story objective, and we also have a northeast spawn here for the Marsoc. So might see some spice right off the bat. Depends on how aggressive they feel like being right now.
Not too aggressive, honestly.
Oh.
Some shots going out, and the Sky Joker trying to get in position in the crater building. Stubbs and Sky Joker did make it. Shots ring out, trying to get CJ Hubs rushing towards the center objective. Bertox takes out Cash Crazy with that sniper. And Razor Reflex takes out Joski, who looks like he was peeking on the outside of North Hotel. 4D Printing should be able to get this res if he goes prone. Calls out for the res. 4D Printing should hear it. Meanwhile, Skype already has pushed up to lower Red Truck, giving him the opportunity to maybe put the defense on the back foot.
Yeah, Stubbs here in the crater building. A little curious why he's putting himself out there instead of in the window, but either way, if anybody crosses that line, they're going to be in for a world of hurt.
He seems to kind of like those outside positions. I think no one expects them, so there's kind of like the whole donkey space thing going on.
Yep. As the Wu-Tang likes to say, expect the unexpected. So.
Or don't, and get shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's really up to you. It's more of a choice than anything. But Joski and 4D Printing still up at North Hotel.
Some utility coming out of Razor Reflex, trying to catch Skype. Actually, fairly close for kind of just a random throw. Skype will narrowly dodge that. And he's threatening the objective. If he can take out Stubbs, the Sky Joker doesn't respond, this could be a miracle. Fast cap from Skype.
It's true, yeah. Let's see, so. Yeah, Sky Joker not looking. Oh, but Sky Joker is telling Stubbs, do not peek.
Not quite able to get Hubs there. Okay, it's taken out by Stubbs. Gonna be tough. Joski has pushed down to the back of the crater building. And Sky Joker will call it out.
Sky Joker just called on lower red truck. Not sure why he said that, but.
Hubs takes out 4D Printing.
Nice.
We have one player pushing all the way around. Oh, Joski takes out Razor Reflex, but pushes forward just a little too quick there. Taken out by Sky Joker. Caught up in the momentum of his kill on the move. Interesting gameplay, honestly, as Blackwatch is opting usually to take the bottom floor instead of the second story, where everyone tends to look like those pubs.
Yeah, this is the experiments and changes the metagame we were talking about earlier. These guys are doing things that even veteran teams would not expect. And so far, it's paying off. I mean, these plays are doing well for them right now. And they really just need to hold on for another minute and 40 seconds here. Marsoc does not have a lot of good options in front of them.
Yeah, time. The Reaper. Reaper of Onward points.
Indeed. Ooh, Bertok sees Sky Joker.
Oh, he was out in the open and Bertok snipes him. Oh, that risky late game rotation. That's exactly what Marsoc's looking for. And with that, we are down to a 2v2. And Ranger, also with a sniper rifle, no doubt.
Laser right on Bertok. There it is.
Oh. Good shot. Oops. Ranger is totally aware of his position now, though, and should hear Cubs pushing out. And will he peek? And he does. Ranger instantly gives him. Good shot by Ranger. He now has 45 seconds here to make a play. And he has options.
Yeah, so if Ranger runs out while Stubbs is rotating,
this is your chance.
Yeah, I mean, if Ranger... I mean, I was going to say if he went in through the back door, he'd have an open cap there, but now that Stubbs is rotated, he will hear him if he goes in. Ranger just checked his tablet.
Movement, though. You need to see some movement. Stubbs not opting to play a little bit on the risky side, not running back and forth between the cap points. But, oh, Ranger, a little bit of a leg spike there. Stubbs catches him going in there. Gun comes Scout, and Operation 1 takes it. Takes the Marsoc round. And that's what we're talking about. That's what we needed to see.
Yeah, I mean, 9 seconds left there. I mean, I guess conceivably, Stubbs could have just hidden, because most people are not going to be able to get from that doorway to a cap in 9 seconds, especially with the 2 seconds on the clock that gets deleted automatically. But, yeah, you probably don't want to just let somebody run in the back door, so just tough luck on that trade there.
Those trades, man. Yeah, unfortunate. That was super unfortunate. Sky Joker deciding, you know, the objective is just a little too open. There had to be a rotation there with Razor Reflex going down. Back cap was available. So he had to make that rotation, which is exactly the kind of movement that you're looking for near the end of the round for Marsoc. Force those rotations from the defending players and catch them while they're out in the open and exposed. That's pretty much the only way to go on this map, because if you have to push and clear all those windows, all those bottom story ones, all those upper ones, they're so dark, there's so many, it's gonna be rough, and that's what we've been seeing. But with this kind of more lively round that we just had there, kills going off left and right, we've seen that opportunity for those picks that gave them the opportunity that round on the attack.
Yeah, and that's something James Boak on Mayhem talks about a lot, is forcing rotations. So if you pick apart a defense, you know, how much distance are you forcing the defender to cover in order to keep the objective safe? So, you know, you can see those dynamics at play in the last round. And we get another northeast spawn here. It looks like,
Joski takes out Sky Joker. Cash Crazy trying to get that refrag, taking those shots. Reds goes off on Stubbs. Oh, so many lasers following Cash as he gets into cover just barely. Spicy intro. Now
yeah, it's always the worst getting downed at the very beginning like that.
Especially I have experienced downfall. You're like, oh darn. And
you know you're going to be sitting for 5 minutes. Oh god, I'm going to have to sit this whole round out now. Laser on Stubbs right now. I think that's Ranger. I can't read from this distance. Oh wow.
Poor Ranger, poor Stubbs.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to play the shield, you just need to make sure that you're... Like, that's something the man is really good at. Oh, Cash Crazy gets Bertok there. But the man is excellent at finding places where you're always looking at his shield, and he's not exposing the rest of his body. I think their Stubbs just got a little aggressive there with his angle and exposed too much of his legs.
Yeah, it's tough. There's so many angles to watch on this map. Even with the shield, you can't cover them all.
Yep.
4D printing kind of got this a little bit more common, but he's still on the outside of the lower red truck building, hoping one of the Marsoc players decides to take the second story, giving them the drop on them if they do. No player really opting to go to the south though. Maybe I spoke too soon as Hubs is kind of pushing up, but he's still more center. Gets taken out by Ranger. One shot. You're not getting up to the middle bungalows area. No siree.
And Sky Joker proning out in the open here. Let's see.
The calm before the storm. Smoke comes out of Cash Crazy there, and he is taken out by Skype. Now, it's just up to Sky Joker and Razor Reflex. I think is that... Nope. Not. Where are you, Razor Reflex? It's under... Gonna be a tough one for Blackwatch. Well, 4 Operation 1 players up, 2 minutes left on the clock. Sky Joker throwing a smoke out there, trying to move with it, get into position. Kind of a double-edged sword.
Yeah, Sky Joker and 40 Printing right next to each other, but 40 Printing is safely tucked in a corner there. Sky Joker is going to have a very hard time escaping without even at least a trade, I would say, just because 40 Printing will have the advantage.
And his only teammate was sniped as well, so it's just him. And Skype takes out Sky Joker, giving Operation 1 the round, bringing it to a 3-1. All right. Looks like 2 drops.
Yeah, you're right. It's 4v4 now.
Maybe they're just doing a last round rotation. In fact, the calling has begun, and the round almost started. Well, so what do you think about that round?
Well, it didn't start well because they had that down early on, and I will say, just outside of tactics and everything, that will shake up a team early when that happens. It really messes with your psychology and the momentum of the round when you're getting picked off right away. I don't know what it is, but I feel like the cohesion falls apart really quickly when that happens. And then they just were losing players rapidly, and on this map, you really can't do that. On certain maps, like we saw it in Suburbia, for example, they were losing 1 or 2 early just with aggressive defensive pushes or whatever. But on Downfall, every single player counts, especially because when you make that final push, you need to be able to deal with the fact that you're probably going to lose somebody to an angle you just can't dominate or at least trade on. So when you get down to the 1v4, 2v4 type of situation like we had last time, I think it was what it was, then I don't know. Your chances of winning are just very, very slim. You have to treat every player like they're precious on this map.
And speaking more on that point, I always, in almost every case, I would consider a Volk player's life worth more than a Marsoc. So if I'm Marsoc and I trade and take out one of the Volk players, I'm pretty happy about it. Because the defensive player, he doesn't need to push. He can just let the timer run out. So by taking him out, it gives the rest of my team that opportunity to push forward. Now that said, on this map, I would consider the Marsoc player's life, or sorry, the Volk player's life even worth more, like 1.5 times more.
Yep.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to create maybe a framework around that, like, you know, value, like points per player or something for each map. Because I agree, if you did it on Downfall, then Volk players are extremely valuable for sure. However you want to quantify that.
Right, yeah. We are having a little bit of technical difficulties here. We should be able to get started shortly. I'm going to just drop us into a quick intermission. And once we get all our players back in here, we will finish out this map, however many rounds it takes. So stick around, guys. We'll be right back. Alrighty, here we go. A little bit of technical issues there. Sorry about that, guys. We're just gonna roll right into the next round here. Round 4, I believe. No cappenings happening today on downfall. Always exciting when they do. Smoke goes out here. Fire already coming. Same spawn. It's just been same spawns over and over again. Sub's taking the same position, just getting in that, or actually not the same position. He's going in the different nook. They really do like that. Razor Reflex taking the second story of the helicopter 2-story building. Sub's deciding to run on the helicopter bungalow. Rest of you guys. Cash Crazy taking this dark room in the North Brothel area. Shots ring out. Not able to connect. Close though. Them on their toes. What do we got from Marsoc?
Burtok is firmly planted in that northeast spawn building. Heard a couple shots from him, but nobody's gone down yet.
Ooh. Oh! Razor Reflex just saw the top of Josie's head come over the hill, but then he was in cover before he was able to take that shot. He did call out their push in that center area. Very strong, actually, with kind of 3 players all next to that north bungalow, as we like to call it. A little bit more aggression here. I'm liking it. They're really getting into their positions a bit quicker. Burtox fighting to go in the north hotel, get some cover, maybe get a pick from that the north hotel roof area. 40 Printing has moved up to the lower dumpster area. They're coming in close here.
Yeah, I suspect Stubbs is going to hear 40 Printing behind him.
Yeah. Got one player going up towards the White House area. Eclipse firing out. What are you firing at? What are you firing at? You see Skype and Ranger. One of them, someone over there is getting a nice bullet sandwich.
Bullet sandwich. Extra bullets, please.
Yeah. You like to give people bullet sandwiches when they're just laying on their ground, minding their own business. Like 70 of them even.
Hey, if I don't down the body, who will? Might as well be redundant about it.
You're just being nice.
Yeah, just a friendly guy with an LMG. So Burtok up on top of North Hotel. I don't think anybody's spotted him yet. It's a pretty powerful position for this objective, although if he gets isolated, it could turn into a problem. So far, not an issue.
The Skype trying to take some shots over at the second story, just kind of shooting into those windows there of the north brothel area, but they opted not to take it this time. But good thoughts on his part, just trying to make sure, catch them out when they're trying to find him. Ranger has gone into the center hotel here. He has cleared it, which is good for his team, but they have 1 minute and 35 seconds left. Razor Reflex catches Joski.
Yeah, 4D has his laser pointed right where those shots came from Razor Reflex, but Stubbs waiting in that corner. I don't think 4D knows he's there. Stubbs hasn't said anything or taken any shots so far. He's checking the corner. Be very surprised if Stubbs was not aware of 4D Printing, however.
This is tough, yeah. Razor Reflex doing a good job of trying to keep himself as far back as possible, not exposing himself to any fire that he isn't aware of. Oh, here we go. Is it going to go in? Oh, just a little too short. Hubs takes out Ranger. 4D Printing makes across and caught in 3 streams of bullets. Big Mac bullet sandwich.
Skype melting into the sand here as he belly boys his way through this helicopter. We'll see. He is fairly close to the objective, but he's only got 34 seconds left here. And now
He make it. If he gets low enough, he could get past Stubbs.
He's craftily spider crabbing his way out in the open here. Interesting, because it's a little bit of a hole in their coverage. I mean, CJ is not looking at him.
Stubbs takes out Burtox. This is his opportunity. Razor will hear him if he runs. Oh, and he takes out Stubbs, but Hubs with a nice refrag there. Came around, put an end to him, and that push is over. Now, I have to remember who got a point. It was Blackwatch.
Indeed. Yeah, it was 3-1, and Blackwatch just went up there. All right, let's play the Find the Objective game here. Okay, so we have the lower dumpster now.
Woo, dumpster.
Just going dumpster diving now.
Ah, hell yeah.
Ah, hell yeah.
I'm excited to see this side of the map. We have been on the north side for quite some time now. We're going to just roll right into the next round even.
Yeah,
Everyone's just so excited.
It's interesting. I wonder, because Operation 1 has the lead right now. They have been pushing the pace, and they are controlling the lobby right now. So I wonder if that's part of the strategy to maybe get them a little tilted or something. Just push the pace, force them to not strategize for too long and see what happens.
Absolutely. And what kind of spawns do we have today? Not quick spawn. They are checking for it though. Doing their due diligence. Bertox running out in the open. Looks like he's going to try and get into one of the center bungalows. And I think he's going to make it. Oh, I hate that. I hate seeing that. Those center bungalows are even harder. The windows are so small. They're so dark.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
rough.
he's going to catch Eclipse maybe? Oh, not quite. But he did call it out. Ash Crazy taking some shots. Down, maybe shooting at 4D printing. Maybe Joski peeking from the center hotel bottom story window.
Okay, so Stubbs with a two-man rifleman entourage heading into the South Valley. They are about to run into Ranger here. Oh, Ranger does not know they are there.
Stubbs pulls the shield out.
Oh, Ranger takes some shots on Razor Reflex. So they are definitely aware of each other now, but I don't think he saw Stubbs and CJ Hubs in the valley, and they just continue their way towards White House.
Ranger doesn't understand how surrounded he is right now. Razor Reflex definitely aware of his position, just kind of looking over there, calls him out. Ranger, if he plays his card right, could waste a ton of time from the Marsoc players here. But
Yeah,
Hubs and Stubbs aren't even going to take the bait. They're just going to continue their rotation, knowing they just don't have the time for that. BW Eclipse takes out Bertox in the bungalow, who decided to rotate out.
Oh my. Oh, so there is really no coverage south side. Okay, Skype is starting to rotate now. But
Ranger takes out BW Eclipse.
Ooh, they just saw him.
Yes.
Okay, so
But
the south
Skype didn't
side
see him.
South side way open. Stubbs and Hubs. Has a nice sound to it.
Stubbs and Hubs. Stubbs and Hubs. Stubbs takes out Skype.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. They are rushing into the back of the objective building right now. CJ
Is it
Hubs pulls his
happening?
tablet out. Oh
Stuck on
no,
the-
no, don't stop. Don't stop. What are you doing?
Just get
Oh,
over the
no.
hump. Just get over the hump. They made it.
Wow.
40 printing. Here's it. Cash Crazy takes out 40 printing on objective.
this
The
is a
cap is
cap.
happening.
This is a cap.
And the cap
Wow.
happened. Blackwatch takes the round. And the map. Boom.
Wow. The tandem of Stubbs and Hubs rushes
Stubbs and
in
Hubs.
the back door. And Southside was, I mean, they had Skype on there, but nobody else. And they just rushed back there and got the cap and came back from a 3-1 deficit to win there. Fantastic map. Fantastic match in general, I would say. That was just close the whole time.
That's what I want to see. Explosive last round with a cap for the to finish out Downfall. Always exciting to see one, as they are just so difficult to get on Downfall compared to some of the smaller maps. I think that both teams did really good there. They really adapted to each other's play. And I mean, it was just exciting.
Really could not complain about that match at all. That was good plays going on. It was just an entertaining match to watch. Really don't think we could have asked for a better first official VRML cast for us. So, wow. Yeah, thank you to everybody that participated in that, the players and the spectators. It's fantastic to be part of that.
Absolutely. This has been Operation 1 versus Blackwatch, brought to you by Monorchid and Theta, your friendly casters for today. We would like to thank the VR Master League for providing this format, our moderators, and our sponsors, especially to you guys, our viewers, new and old, and everyone who just, like Theta said, showed up for our first real cast. Love to be here. Thanks for tuning in and spending your time with us. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.
See you later, everybody.